Shaheem Reed, the Rap on Wrestling Podcast. E Will, Nick 816, Ari, the Oracle, Spiff. He's somewhere top secret mission, I guess. He'll pop up.
Somewhere being great.
Somewhere being great. We love Spiff TV. But hey, we got the Rap on Wrestling Podcast. We're back. We just finished watching Monday Night Raw. A lot of stuff going on. Started off with Roman Reigns coming to the ring. They had been hyping up all week long that Roman was going to kick off Monday Night Raw. And me personally, I was excited because I wanted to hear a long Roman Reigns promo. I don't think we've been getting Roman promo in a long time. He's usually just coming out either jumping somebody or getting jumped and getting his sneakers taken. And I was looking forward to Roman to come out this week, start Raw off, talk his ish, man. I was getting excited, and my man was in the ring probably like 30 seconds, and here comes that goddamn Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman interrupting Roman, talking a whole bunch of gibberish, a whole bunch of nothing. And what it led to was at Crown Jewel this weekend. It is going to be in Australia, which of course you know that's where Bronson is from, the big Aussie, Aussie. He's going to be challenging Roman Reigns. He challenged him to an get ready, guys and gals, an Australian street fight. I think they need to just with these street fights, they gotta just take the cities out. Like it's getting too crazy now. It's a Jersey street fight, a Chicago street fight, it's just a street fight. Like you don't even have why you gotta put the territory that it's from. It's just a street fight. You with me on that one?
Yeah. I think when Paul Heyman made the announcement, it didn't hit with the crowd the way he thought it was going to hit. I thought maybe they was expecting maybe a steel cage match, something else, maybe Extreme Rules, TLC maybe. But when he said the street fight, I was like, come on, man. But it's still gonna be a good match.
It's gonna be good. They got it popping. Bronson told Roman, unlike his father and unlike his uncle during their 40 plus year career, 45-year career, that they never been laid out on a stretcher. Of course, Bronson was making light of that. He had definitely laid Roman out on the stretcher on more than one occasion, and Roman said, "Let's get to it. Let's start fighting." He called Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed bitches while they was trying to leave. Infuriated Bronson. They start going at it. And I like this matchup. I'm gonna be honest. I really like the matchup between Roman and Bronson Reed, but I will be happy when they move on from it. Uh, Not for any other reason that both of them have very similar hairstyles and they have beards and they kind of look alike. Bodies types are
They look like
dissimilar.
twins today.
Yeah, but it's like, damn, man. It's like, yeah, they look just alike. I'm like, come on, let's get the brown break at least. But I understand it's in Australia. They're gonna go at it. Um, Nick, what'd you think of the opening segment today? Tonight?
It was cool. You know me. Regardless of the situation, I'm always happy to see Roman. Excited to see the match with Bronson, but like you said, I'm ready to move past it. At least it's not the Braun. So at least it's one of the two, so it's not the same. But I'm excited. Should be cool. To see them both go at it should be interesting.
Yeah. What about you, Ari?
Yeah, I'm with it. You know, maybe we should have saw like sneakers on a pole match or something like that. But
Right.
I'm not too excited about Roman against Braun. Be honest with you, but it's good to see Roman is going to be wrestling again. So that's always a plus. And
Cool.
does Breaker have a match or not? You don't have a match?
Not as of yet, no.
Not that.
He
So
gonna get involved in that one. That's
the
his
the
Bronson matches.
bronze the
Yeah.
bronze versus Roman, I guess that's cool. And have Jimmy come on and help him, I guess. It's cool, man. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes. No big expectations for the match though.
I think one of the things that more important than the particular opening segment was that we got a chance to see. Now, this what I did enjoy, that although Roman didn't deliver the promo I wanted, we got a chance to really see the bloodline in the backstage segments. So these were like some of the great hallmarks of SmackDown the past 5 years since the pandemic and since Roman and the Bloodline came to prominence were not just the in-ring stuff that they did, but the backstage promos when they would be in Roman's dressing room and Roman would be belittling them or he would be bigging them up or Paul Heyman would be there. A lot of the talk backstage did to carry on the particular storylines they was working on. And tonight it was a big, you could see the divide in the family. Although, you felt the tension when Roman came backstage. After that segment was over, him and Bronson Reed, they fought and they was bugging out and everything like that. But Roman came backstage, both the Usos are there, even though he had to pass Jimmy Uso to get to Jey. That's what he did. He made sure that he gave Jey Dap first, and then he gave Dap to Jimmy, but it was like ah, and it's like I think we've all been there once, at least once or twice in our life when we see a family member that we might not be on the same page with, whether it be a cousin or, even a friend that you call family, and you like, this nigga, I ain't vibing with him right now, but I'ma dap him up
Yeah.
or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He dapped up Jey. He dapped up Jey, then he dapped up Jimmy, and he was just giving Jey more of that talk. Like yo, it's on, and he was like, yo. Who's speaking at the top of the hour? And what he say? CM Punk.
You.
Yeah, he said CM Punk. So he was putting that battery in his back. And then afterwards, he told Jimmy, he was like, yo, man, I see everything. I hear everything. What's wrong with Jay taking advice from me? And then later on in the night, and we'll get to what transpired when Jimmy came to the ring with CM Punk, but later on in the night they had a continuation of that conversation, and Jimmy was basically telling Roman that yo, you a bad influence on him. Jay is not like you, and I'm not like you. Citing Roman's past atrocities, and what the Romans say. He told him it just stuck him so. He just put that knife in his heart, man. Roman is so deadly with the words. He said, once Jay won that championship, he became more like me and not like you. I said, oh man, Roman is diabolical. All right, what did you think
Petty.
about the backstage segments tonight with the Bloodline?
It was all right. I'd rather see them fight, man. Let's get down to the fighting. But anytime Roman is on the camera, he's not being a Street Fighter. He's actually being on Raw or being on the PLE. I think it's a good thing for WWE. So, I liked it, but would I rather have Roman in an actual match? Yes. The wordplay is cool, but let's get down to getting in the ring, and wrestling. So it was cool. It was just cool for me.
See, I was enjoying it, man. Like I think Roman's been doing a lot of fighting, but I like more of the building of the storylines because we gonna get the fights at the pay-per-view and whatnot. We're gonna get the fights, but I'm liking how they building the tension once again with the bloodline, how we We seeing they not on the same page, but they'll come together when they have to. Roman is kind of quietly, well, maybe not so quietly. He's kind of stirring that pot backstage because you can see where he's sort of just giving Jimmy the side eye. And I say this all the time. Roman is the absolute best in all of WWE when it comes to telling the stories with just his facial expressions and with his eyes. And it's just certain ways that he's looking at Jimmy like, damn, this dude is. It's almost like when they was back in the bloodline, how he showed
They're
favoritism
family though.
towards
So I
Jay.
mean,
Yeah.
they're family though. So how much is a side eye really gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like they're actually blood. They're blood. So they could squabble and do all of that stuff. It's not gonna go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So now what are we really doing the storyline for? Just to get them back together as the bloodline. Let's fight. Let's get them in a fight. Push Jimmy to
Well,
actually get into a fight. And I don't want to see Jimmy versus Roman. That's not what I want. You know what I'm saying? So
what do you want to see?
Roman
Who you want to see
fight.
them fight?
I want to see Roman fight. Roman can't be gone for every 2 months and then come back and do a skit and you know, we supposed to celebrate that. Nah, you gotta wrestle, my boy. If you wrestle more and then do a little skit, then it's cool, but you can't be gone for 2 months, come back, take 15 minutes, come to the ring and do a skit. Like, nah, that ain't it, man.
But you know,
That ain't it.
Ari, they probably look at numbers, and most fans probably feel like Shaw. They just happy to see him, and they don't really care that they're getting hours of promos and then a 10-minute match to pay off. You know what I'm saying? They're just happy to see the man. So
Yeah.
it's a battle
I like
that
the promos. I think the bloodline to this day they got the best promos and they got the best storylines. We get in the fight. We gonna see him fight at Crown Jewel. We don't have to see Roman. I don't need to see Roman fight every week. I'm good with him fighting at a pay-per-view or PLE. We getting in that Crown Jewel, but I like the build up and I kind of like when the bloodline they be like halfway beefing and then come back together. Like we even saw that tonight when Jey Uso confronted CM Punk and LA Knight in the ring, and everybody is saying staking their claim to the World Heavyweight Championship, and we saw Jay, I should say, he got it popping. He said,
mm,
forget all the talking. He gave LA Knight the super kick. And then what did you think, Nick, when he tried to give your man CM Punk the super kick and then Jimmy stopped him? Jimmy kind of put his arms around his waist and preventing him from getting the kick. I know you wanted to see CM Punk catch the Nikes. I know you want to see him catch them Air
well,
Force Ones.
well, it's like, like, yeah, he hesitated and he did that, but then he was like, damn, he got my brother. So it's like at the end of the day, that's family. So I got to lay him out instead. So, uh, yeah, man, I think Jimmy should have just let it happen and not have gotten away. But I understand that Jim is conflicted, man. Jim got a big heart, and it is
yeah.
what it is, man. I think Jay just needs to be a little bit more selfish right now, and maybe Jim just can't see that. Because they're twins, man. They're so used to being just on the same page all the time.
Yeah. I think we've seen
I
the Usos lose more in the past couple of weeks than we have like in years. Go ahead, E. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, this whole thing is you got to go back to pandemic era, and basically Jimmy has been spending all this time trying to keep Jay from trying to be like Roman. I really believe that he feels like Jay doesn't have to be ruthless, selfish in order to accomplish his goal. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be the focus is family, and it's never really been family. It's really been about Roman, and you've been seeing that since Roman's been coming back. Even last week, the way when he was talking to the camera, he really still thinks he's above everybody. Like, you ain't winning a while. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy what they doing with this story. I really hope they don't fumble this story because this is real interesting. I'm really interested to see at the end of the day who Jay's going to side with. Is he going to continue to be more like Roman, or is he going to realize you ain't got to go that route in order to achieve your goal? Jimmy is very underrated performance right now. Only thing I wish I need him to get a belt, whether it's IC, US championship, something. You know, everybody else is winning except him. And that's killing his argument to Jay. Like Roman, he was on top for a while. Jay, you ain't really do nothing. So I think Jimmy needs some kind of win somehow.
But I mean, even if he wins a intercontinental belt or if he wins a US belt, it's still not the heavyweight championship belt. I don't see him winning the heavyweight championship belt no time soon.
No.
So
Uh,
he's still a
I,
little bit out there.
yeah, I do think he'll be a little bit more respected because, like I said, even his wife won. You know, he's literally the only one that ain't winning anything in the family. So, well, lately, I should say.
I mean that's
So,
true, but you know Jimmy is sort of like the glue guy, man.
hmm
He's the glue guy. When Roman was getting beat up by Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, Jay wasn't coming to save him. Jimmy had to come and save him, you know, and
yeah,
then he started catching them beat downs with him, and then Jimmy was the one recruiting Sami Zayn and bringing, you know, Jey Uso back to the fold because nobody was messing with Roman. So, you know,
yeah,
when Gunther was whipping Jey Uso every week, Jimmy had to be the sacrificial lamb and try to hype him up, and then he got beaten down to a bloody pulp and sacrificed himself
hmm
for his brother to, you know, to get his brother start rocking. So, you know, Jimmy is actually the glue guy in the bloodline that keep them together, and he sacrifices himself, you know, for the team. So I definitely think he's the one that gets overlooked. And you know, but right now, Jay ain't trying to listen to nothing that Jimmy's saying. Jay ain't trying to hear nothing that, you know, Roman is feeding him what he wants to hear. He's giving that aggression, and he sees the results. That's the biggest thing. Like I guess what you was saying is kind of right, E, because he sees the mode that Roman got, and it got results. I think Jimmy needs to stay right in the middle. He can't be as passive and let's chill and kumbaya with everybody like Jay, but he can go over the deep end like we know that Roman can do, and we know how it could corrupt him. So I think Jay could stay right in the middle, and I'm liking Jay's character. I've been liking the more aggressive Jay. Um, every week he still comes out and he gives the people the entrance and the dance and the hand gestures. But you know he's gonna super kick everybody, and he ain't vibing with nobody. It's him and his family. Cody better
hmm
be on the lookout too, cause he was looking at Cody crazy the other week too. So he better
yeah.
be on the lookout.
Mm. Let me ask you a question. Do you think
Go ahead.
this is a setup for Mania next year, Jimmy and Jay for the belt? You know, what
No,
if, you know, Jay just takes the Roman route, ends up winning the belt. Jay builds himself up, gets a bunch of wins, they clash, make Jimmy a formidable opponent, and they have a redo of their disastrous first Mania match. So it could be dope. But
I
again,
don't see it. Yeah,
that involves Jimmy getting wins instead of just always just being the setup man in the middle. He actually had to have some matches and get some wins. But I don't know. I doubt they take
I
that
don't see
route.
it, man. Yeah, I think that next WrestleMania or the WrestleMania that's coming up, Cody is gonna have the belt, and he'll be fighting Randy Orton for that title. and Seth is gonna be defending the belt, or he's gonna be fighting the belt against a combination of Roman or Punk. I don't see either of the Usos being in the heavyweight championship mix for the title. But things can change
Oh,
quickly because we didn't see Jay in that mix until the Royal Rumble. So it could change really quickly. But I don't know. As of right now, I don't even see the Usos fighting each other again. I don't even think WWE. Like how we didn't really get no long series of matches from the Hardys once they put up a dud. I don't think we gonna see that
yeah,
again from the Usos. If anything, the Usos will be teaming up against. Maybe the Usos will be getting the tag team belts at WrestleMania. I don't know.
yeah.
Oracle, what do you
I
think?
know.
He said, "Do you think the Usos will be fighting each other for the World Championship at WrestleMania?"
No, I don't think
What do you
Jimmy
think
is
their
on
roles
that.
is gonna be?
I mean, Jimmy's not on that level yet. So I mean, I don't see that
Yeah,
happening. And I don't know how many times we gonna see a Uso versus a Uso and a cousin versus a cousin and a brother versus a brother. Like they got to fight other people, man.
I do not see it happening.
Hey,
Uh,
word on the street is we about to get Cody and Roman again. So
I mean, they delivered two classics. I ain't mad at that. I would. Hey, they are 1 and 2 on our list of the most lit wrestlers. That's a money match. I mean, I feel like they need to do Rock and Roman finally at WrestleMania. I think come on now, it's time, and we're going to talk about the Rock as well. But I think it's finally time that they do Rock and Roman at WrestleMania. But if not, Cody and Roman, that is the biggest possible match that you could have right now, and the build up to it would be insane. So I
mm,
wouldn't be mad at it. Crown Jewel though, Crown Jewel is coming on Saturday. It's gonna be shown at 8 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern, as opposed to the sometimes 8 o'clock p.m. East. It's gonna be 8 a.m. Eastern on
pre-show
Saturday,
starts at
and it costs
6.
them
That's
6
crazy.
a.m. milkman time. The paper delivery time. But I like that Seth Rollins is getting the paranoia now. I like that Seth Rollins is getting a little bit of the anxiety. I like that it's playing in the Seth, because Seth is always so calm and cool. He's always a step ahead, 2, 3 steps ahead, I should say. And he just can't figure Cody out. Like he's always lost to Cody, and he had a real heart to heart talk with Paul Heyman today. He said, "Yo, man, what's the implications if I lose?" And Paul told him, he's like, "Yo, if you lose the locker room. If you lose to Cody, you lose the locker room. The Bron's gonna be looking at you crazy. They gonna be like, I don't know if this is the guy that we should be following. I don't know if this is the guy that's gonna lead us all the way to domination." Then he asked Paul Heyman, he was like, "Yo, you talking about the bronze, but what about you? I want to know, if I lose, what would you think?" And Paul is like, "Yo, let's not even think about you losing. You're going to win. I'm your secret weapon. You've never had me in your corner against Cody before. Don't worry, you got it." And he's like, "Nah, if I lose, what does that mean?" To Paul Heyman, he said, "Yeah." And what he say? He said, "I got to rethink. If you lose, I got to
Basically
rethink
said,
why
I don't
why I
know how
chose
this.
Roman over you.
Yeah,
Why I
yeah.
chose you over Roman. I gotta think why I chose you over Roman. Crazy.
That right there let
Crazy, crazy,
me. I
crazy.
was like,
What'd you think of that segment?
oh yeah. That when Paul kept it 100 with him, I was like, yeah, Seth winning. He can't lose this one. You know what I mean? It's not for the WWE belt. It's for the Crown Jewel belt, right?
Well, the ring. It's
That ring.
well, yeah, what they do have a
Yeah.
belt though too, yeah.
I'm about to say, whatever it is, they don't acknowledge it outside of Crown Jewel anyway. So I
Yeah.
think Seth's definitely going to take that win. After watching that promo.
But it's
Um,
but the bigger thing is at stake. That what Paul Heyman says is, if you lose, you are the de facto secondary champion. It's tough. It's tough. Let's talk about the stakes. Let's talk about the stakes. Let's talk about the stakes at Crown Jewel. Who has more to lose by taking the L in Crown Jewel? Is it Cody, who's right now he's the captain? That's his whole thing, right? His whole thing is he's the captain. He's the face of the WWE. He is the one. He beat Gunther last year. He was champion last year. He's the one.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, his whole thing is he's the visionary. He's the leader. He's the workhorse champion. When the other guys are out shooting movies and doing this, he's there every week and he's wrestling and he's brought the world heavyweight championship to prominence. So, but he's never beat Cody before. So who stands to lose the most at Crown Jewel? Is it Cody or Seth?
Oh, definitely Seth. You coming off a loss to CM Punk and AJ Lee. Um, your guys, man, they out here cooking. This something, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna have the help of the Bronze. You're gonna have Heyman out there. The odds are in his favor. So I think he has more to lose. Cody is fine. Cody will be fine. You know what I'm saying? He got a newborn. He's still gonna be champ. He still got nice suits. He's still
Wait,
gonna
what
do
do the
his
new
20-minute
wait,
promos.
what do the newborn got to do with what's in the ring? What do the
No,
newborn
what
got
I'm
to do
saying
with
is,
WWE, man?
well, that's just been adding some little extra on it. But what I'm saying is, he'll be all right with a loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll still be able to do his 30-minute promos to start the
He can
shows.
deal with it. I feel
Yeah,
you.
he can
Like
deal
Cody
with it.
can deal with the loss. Yeah,
Seth could possibly lose his whole crew
he
that he
can deal
just
with it
started.
better right now. That said, guy.
Yeah.
Right after today, bro. That promo, yeah, he can lose it all, bro. And people, the whole WWE gonna look at him funny. So yeah,
Yep.
You really liked what the ladies was doing tonight on Raw. It was a lot of action. The ladies was getting a lot of prominence, man. Big up to them. I ain't no Maxine Dupree. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna front.
The crowd was so
I ain't
behind
know
her,
Maxine
man.
Dupree got busy like that.
Like they really have to start giving her some wins. Like the people are really, really behind her. And this whole storyline she keeps getting better and better. Like I love it, man. I think she was the sixth man of the night. She really shocked. I think she shocked everybody. And shout out to Becky too,
Yeah,
formidable opponent for
she stepped
Maxine
the game up.
to put her over. You know, I just loved it, man. Like I loved it, man. I love the women. I love Oscar. Everybody was cooking tonight, man. Shout out to all the ladies. Roxanne. Oh man, that little arm stomp she did in on old girl's elbow in the corner. It
Yeah.
was beautiful, man. Like I
Oh,
really enjoyed like all the women matches tonight.
yeah. Maxine was so dope, man. And she really stepped up her technical side. You can see that she's actually working. And I think it's fantastic that they actually are showing her progression in the ring as part of an ongoing storyline. Like usually, a wrestler he'll leave and we don't see him for a few months and he comes back and he works out some of the kinks or whatever that he was going through or she was going through. But I think it's dope that they're making a effort to, articulate that yeah, she's actually been in, the performance center. She's working and we could see it and we're seeing it in real time almost. So that's really dope. I thought the ending was cheap though. I was upset with the ending. I didn't like the ending. I didn't like that it was just a count out. Becky, you know, it didn't make sense to me. She's voted, as she'll tell everybody every week, the greatest of all time as far as female wrestlers go by Sports Illustrated. Um, she's a ring general. She's very aware at all times in the ring, and for her to get counted out, it just was a cheap ending on an otherwise great match. What I really wanted, what I really wish they would have did, if the Becky wasn't going to take the pinfall, or if Maxine was going to win and not get beat to look strong, is if Becky might have like just got disqualified on purpose or something like that. The fact that she has a mental lapse to get counted out, it wasn't realistic to me, and I thought that was a cheap way of getting Maxine the victory. I wasn't digging that. One thing though, we still talking about the women. One thing I'm really getting tired of, and I think is a little corny to me, is just all this Bailey stuff with the split personalities, the two sides of Bailey. She's fun loving and jovial, and she's sinister, and she's crashing out, and I don't know. I think why can't they just give Becky the same treatment as Jey Uso and just let her be someone that's like right in the middle? You know what I'm saying? Why do we have to see her be bubbly and then ornery? Like it just
In the group chat, I said that I wanted Maxine to win, but I was like, Becky's probably going to take it.
Mm-hmm.
And like Shaheem, I hated the way that win happened. I wish Becky would have like beat the 10 count and then maybe Maxine rolled her up. That would have
now
still
that would
kept Becky
I would have
strong.
been with that. Yeah.
I would have loved that right there. But again, at least Maxine got the W. What I would like them do with her is give her some wins, like get B-Fab, the Mia Yims, whoever. Just give her some wins to the point where she starts training Otis and Akira Tozawa. And I think that would be great for their storyline to where it's kind of reversed. You know what I mean? And that little trio's over anyway, so why not, put a little attention on them? It doesn't have to be all bloodline and Judgment Day all day. You know what I mean? Get them some love too. She earned that tonight. The crowd was with her. She showed that if you give her something to work with, the people will get behind her.
She
So
got she got
that
to
was
go on
dope.
she got to go on a winning streak, and
Hmm.
I think she looks the part though. Like she looks, when you look at her, I mean, she's a beautiful woman. She has a very strong, she got the six pack abs. She's got an athletic build, so she looks the part physically now, but she always looked very squeamish
Yeah,
to be in the
yeah.
ring. She always
She's
looked like she
mm,
she she knew she didn't belong in the ring, and she never was really believable, which never made her a
mhm.
really viable option. And now you can see that she's getting confidence. You can see that the training is really clicking into her. And I don't think that's all. I don't think that's all. Or work for WWE. It just feels very natural. It feels like that's where she really was as a person. So I think it's dope.
She reminds me of
Who?
like a young Charlotte, like
Okay.
her
Oh,
build, like
Bill.
Charlotte before. And I mean that no disrespect, but like before all the plastic surgery, when Charlotte was first coming into the game, that's who she looks like to me. And I don't know. I think they should invest more time into her, into Maxine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, she definitely got the look of a star, man. And she got a dope personality. Like when she has to do some of the segments, you can see some of the personality shine through. So, she just got to stop being such a goofball with Cesaro and all of that. A lot of her stuff. It's tough when a lot of your character is comedic based. Like
comedy
a
base.
lot of it is around
Mm.
jokes and ah, ah, ah,
Hmm.
and it's like, come on, man. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if
And
she
Otis
started getting
doing the
wins?
worm. Yeah.
What if and she start whatever she learns, she start putting in them? And what if could the crowd would go nuts if Tozawa and Otis would get some wins? I'm not saying win the big one, but like I think it would be good. You know, I come from an era when it wasn't just the top of the card that was
Top
over.
heavy. Yeah, it
Everybody
wasn't
from the
top
top
heavy.
and the bottom was over.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, from Val Venus up,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Venus, hell yeah.
I mean you want Funaki, and all of them guys, like they were over. The
Hmm.
oddities were over. Like we just come
Yeah.
from that era when everybody was over. So I man, if they would get back to that time, man, Otis was that Alpha? Is that still Alpha Academy? Did they keep the name?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they would be good. You know what I mean? Like they're a little funny right now, but make them a little serious. Tozawa was actually a serious wrestler before he joined WWE. Check his resume on YouTube everywhere you can. He was actually a legit wrestler. So you know they don't have to be jokes all the time. Give these guys some wins. I'm right now. I'm Team Maxine.
I like it. I like it. Now while we speaking on the ladies, definitely they got a nice build up to this Kabuki Warriors against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Of course, it's gonna be in Australia at Crown Jewel, and Rhea Ripley's Australian. That's gonna be a marquee match. That's probably, well, I don't know. Roman and does Roman and Bronson Reed start Crown Jewel again? Maybe. But I'm thinking maybe they're gonna start with the Kabuki Warriors against Io Sky and Rhea. I thought it was a dope match tonight too. I thought it was a dope match. Io Sky against Kyrie. Obviously it's a lot of layers of personal anguish with them not being on the same page and quote unquote family members having to fight each other. Io obviously she really wants Oscar and Kyrie doesn't really want to
Mhm.
fight at all. But she's being not just coerced, but pretty much forced into it. But it still didn't stop them from delivering a really dope match. So I want to say the ladies was killing it tonight on Monday Night Raw. I really enjoyed it. One thing though, I forgot, and I'm looking at my notes now. I forgot to mention before. Um, I'm sorry. One thing I forgot to mention before was Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. When Paul Heyman tried to walk away, Seth Rollins grabbed Paul Heyman by the arm. Did y'all catch that? He grabbed him by the arm, not nicely
Mhm.
either. He rough housed him. He rough housed him. He grabbed him by the arm and like, yo, I want to get your opinion on you. What are you gonna think? It's something really small right now, but something like that I think is planting the seed. I think Paul Heyman is kind of shell shocked with people putting their hands on him, from Solo throwing
Mhm.
him through the table. Roman mushed him. That was the end of that relationship. And I'm not saying that, we're gonna expect Paul Heyman to hit Seth Rollins in the nuts or something like that, but I think this is one of the things that's gonna just a little seed with Paul Heyman, like, nah, I ain't really feeling this dude. And Paul Heyman, he's a petty guy too. He's very petty, and he'll play the cards
Ooh,
close to the vest. But
you got
I
me
can see that
thinking,
coming
bro.
back to bite him.
You just made me think. Like, oh man, like, okay. So you know what I'm saying he Paul's a little traumatized by having hands put on him.
Mm-hmm.
I see Paul being shell
For
shocked
sure.
by this lack of confidence because that's not what he signed up for. You know what I mean? And when you said that, it made me think about one thing. is this gonna be the first time that Brock leads a faction and Seth get kicked out if he loses, or not loses this, but
Mm,
because that vote of confidence, Roman really didn't have that issue. Brock really didn't have that issue, but when you said shell shock, it just unlocked my brain, and I was like, I think he was more shocked at the lack of confidence. And I don't
yeah.
know. That's interesting to see where it goes. Brock has never been a part of a faction before, I don't think. So the
Brock has
and
never
then
even
him with
fought
them.
in a tag team match. Really, like I think early in his career, him and
Yeah.
Shelton fought in a tag team match early in his career. But and that
And you
probably was a dark match, but
and that could be a way to lead to Braun Breaker and Brock at Mania. I'm just saying. So I don't know. It should be interesting, man. I'm really interested to see where they go with this.
I like it because Brock is not you know slapping fives and having Paul Heyman announce him just for no reason. Like it's definitely something that's
It's
going
something there.
on, and there's definitely something there. That could be a hell of a faction with Brock, Brock Lesnar, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. So try saying that 3 times really fast. That's gonna be crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Um, One crew though that we definitely know is not just dissension in the ranks, but they are no longer homies, no longer tag team, no longer mentor and mentee. That is The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. The Miz snaked him.
Hmm.
Miz snaked him on SmackDown on Friday that just passed. Carmelo was about to challenge Sami Zayn once again for the United States Championship, that open challenge. And then here come Miz, beat my man down. E, what do you think of the Miz doing the heel? Well, he's already a heel, but turning on Carmelo.
Yeah. I was tight, man, because I was looking forward to Carmelo having his match. And once again,
He gets
he takes
soul
another L.
crushing finale.
Yes, like I thought it was great when he broke up the tag team. I'm like, yes, all right. But then that happened. So now he's about to go into a feud with the Miz. So it's like he's on a treadmill, man. Like, get that man going. Put that man on Raw and let him go against Dominic. Two arrogant people, man. Let's go, man. Like, they got to get him off, man. He got to get him away from there. Because other than that, he's just a hamster in his will. You know what I mean? So
Oh, well, those are gonna be some fantastic matches, man. Dominic and Carmelo. Carmelo could pretty much go against anybody. I love to see Carmelo against Penta.
he's a new
These are
Ricochet.
fantastic matches that I think are. Ugh. Well, hopefully he fares a little bit better than Ricochet. Ricochet was
Man.
taking all type of L's, but hopefully, I think Carmelo has a little bit more personality, and hopefully we get a chance to see. I think that was the thing that, to me, was the layup. Was the thing that was going to
Hmm.
get him over, was not just the in ring ability, but he got a lot of charisma. He got a lot of personality. Like, and I just feel like they kind of had him in a they suppressed it. Like they never really gave him a full chance to really let go. And he can't
Yeah.
be a good all this good guy goody two shoes, but he got to be arrogant. He still got to be him. But they just was making him corny.
You
He
know,
just was kind of
I
corny. But he
it
has new
felt
life. Let's see.
if you know what it felt like. It felt like WWE never watched Lucha Underground and they didn't know how to book him. Like he's pretty much a luchador. Like if he would have carried that Prince Puma character over in the WWE, he'd have been over. He would have. Rey Mysterio have been able to retire peacefully because he had a good replacement behind him. You know what I mean? But they never really let him use a personality, and it just always baffled me. Even he even showed it on the Indies before he signed. He had a lot of personality, but somewhere along the line, it just got baffled, and
Yeah.
he was the that was it. So, shout out to him. Shout out to everybody out here working, man.
Let's get it. Shout out
Oh
to that
man.
WWF hat that you got on, man. That joint, that joint
Oh
is
yeah.
hard. I like that joint, man. Yo, Nick.
Appreciate it.
Me and E had a good time last night. You wasn't with us, but we went out to go see the one and only Method Man.
I saw that.
That was dope. Let's run
I
some
saw his video.
Yeah, we gotta. Let's run some video from it on here, and let's run some audio, as well. But man, we was out there, and we know Meth is a huge fan of wrestling. I got to chop it up with him afterwards. The last time I saw Meth, we went to go see Monday Night Raw, at Madison, at Barclays Center. Pardon me, Monday Night Raw at Barclays Center. Me, Meth, Joe Button, Havoc from Mobb Deep, Ari. We had a great time. That was a great night, and this was my first time seeing Meth do a solo show, and I don't know how many years, man. Because usually it's Meth and Wu Tang. I've been to a million Wu Tang shows, or Red and Meth together, which is also
Yeah.
a potent combination. But it was dope to see Meth break out the Tikal songs, like What the Blood Clot. I haven't seen him do What the Blood Clot in about 20 years, so that was dope. He got into some of those chambers and he brought out Street Life, and it was dope, man. He's
Yeah.
still a charismatic performer. He's dope. What'd you think, E? Before you answer that, we got to big up to Kid Capri, who absolutely tore it down, legendary. He was
Tore it
he was
down.
the DJ. He had his own DJ set last night. Kid Capri is actually, man. He Kid Capri is, like, to me, he's the Roman Reigns of the DJs, man. That man is always pristine. I think he's
Hmm.
incredible. Red Alert was there, which was dope. Greg Nice performed, Mr. Cheeks performed, Chubb Rock performed. So CL Smooth, big up to CL, he performed as well. So E, tell me about your experience at the concert, man.
Oh man, I loved it, man. Like I got to be front row. Meth even rapped into the camera. He recognized, he saw my Red Man shirt, and showed a lot of love off of that. Him and Street Life. Street Life, he kind of gestured me, asked me if I wanted a towel, like trying to be funny because they spilt all the champagne on me. But I told him I gestured I was cool. Um, I got the. I'm from an era where rappers, DJs, the people, the backbone of hip hop culture, they were like superheroes. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
I got to meet for the first time DJ Cool, Red Alert, and man, like my heart skipped a beat. Like I never get like that around, what I mean, famous people. But I remember nights doing homework listening to Red Alert. Uh, just it was nothing else on the radio at night, and I'm listening to 98.7 and Red Alert. So shout out to him. Shout out to Will Mills, Mr. Pack 'em Up. He was dope. We also ran into Four Eyes. A lot of people not sure. I'm not sure if you know who he is. He got started early off. He was in a pretty much a group with Ludacris in the early days, when Chris was still on radio. He's one of the greatest, to me, freestyle rappers of all time. Not just period, like just all time. He was in the building. Again, CL Smooth was in the building. Keith Murray was in the building. Rock Wilder was there. Shout out to Shaka Zulu. Shout out to Hannah Kane. It was just so many
New
people
face,
in the building,
new
man.
face, go up to new
New
face.
Face, oh, definitely. I'm sorry, how could I
New
forget
face
New
came with
Face? Shout
his
out to New
treat.
Face.
He came
Yep.
with he had these dope pieces of art to give to Meth. So it was dope, man.
Yeah.
It was dope, man. Meth is definitely he brings that Jimmy Uso energy, man. Like he getting the crowd going crazy. So
I
that
yo
was dope,
something
man.
I really was hoping Red would have popped out. Ah, oh man, and I think Meth didn't notice Rockwilder on the side when he was doing eight joints, because I think Rockwilder was trying to get his attention, and I don't think he noticed him. But
Mhm.
yeah, shout out to that whole night, man. It was a '90s fest, man. It was amazing.
That's dope. That's dope. And of course, this week, it was a really great week for all of us. Ari's having some technical difficulties, but he had a chance to go to his first AEW event. So when he gets back on, we're gonna talk about that. But man, oh man, I had a chance to sit down and talk to the one and only Dwayne the Rock Johnson in New York. He was up at
Yeah.
Sirius Satellite doing my brother Sway's radio show. Went up to New York and got a chance to sit with him and Benny Safdie, the director, the beautiful and talented and just really great personality having Emily Blunt. She was dope, and of course Dwayne the
Oh,
Rock Johnson couldn't have been nicer. Really, he bigged us up, fellas. I don't know if y'all know, but he bigged up the Rap on Wrestling podcast, which is dope. So he's tuned in to what we doing, and obviously he was hyping up his movie and promoting his movie, The Smashing Machines, which the Smashing Machine, which if you didn't see it, make sure you go see it. Rock is doing some incredible acting in there. Emily Blunt, everybody in there, fantastic acting. Is beautiful visually beautiful. Benny is an incredible director. He's like a Jey Uso because he usually does movies with his brother, but this is his first time stepping off on a solo vibe directing, and he did well. He's gonna get nominations for Oscars. Rock and Emily should get nominations for Oscars as well. Benny should get nominated. He's already won awards for this movie for being a director. And Benny's an actor as well, but Benny's tuned into us too. He tuned in too. So, y'all gonna see, y'all gonna hear him talking about it. He tuned in as well, man. So, we out there. It's looking good. And Smashing
another
Machine is
classic
real.
for A24.
I just think that, a lot has been people are saying they're talking about the numbers or whatever. It only did $6 million first week on a $50 million budget. But who cares? It's a great piece. It's a great piece of art. Rock, we know what chamber that Rock gets in when he wants to do them big openings, them big $100 million weekend openings, and he's done that on a consistent basis. But this wasn't that type of movie. This was the type of movie that you go in and you really Mark Kerr was this is his life story, and it told life story of the woman who became his wife as well. But this is one of them things that you just really sit down and you look at, and you get your popcorn and you just taking the art. Like, I think overall they did a hell of a job with everything across the board, really taking you into that late 90s, early 2000 era. Rock really envelops himself into the character. Emily did a hell of a job. Um, she was very in character. There was times when you got upset with her. There was times when you was really sympathetic towards her. There was times when you looked at Rock as Mark Kerr and he's like, and it's just times you just want to just give him a hug and be like, yo, it's gonna be all right, man. Like, you going through a lot of pain, but you're gonna get through it. So kudos to everybody. They did a hell of a job. But one thing I'm gonna try to get the audio from Sway too. I don't know if they ran it, but I had Sway, Sway asked Rock a question. He was there to promote the movie, but he asked him a question about wrestling. I was able to convince Sway. I was like, Sway, if you could just ask him a question about wrestling. So Sway asked The Rock, and I don't even know if this is out there yet, but I'm gonna say what it is here. He said December 13th, Saturday night's main event. John Cena has been on his farewell campaign, and that very day in Washington, D.C., is going to be John Cena's final match. It's being advertised as his final match. Sway point blank asked The Rock. He didn't pull any punches. He said, on December 13th, John Cena's will his final match be against the final boss? He asked him that. And for the first
Mm.
time, I've never seen, especially The Rock when he's Dwayne Johnson, when he's not in character, when he's not being the final boss, or he's not being The Rock, when he's just being Dwayne Johnson, just giving interviews. I've never seen him dance on a question, period, let alone a wrestling question. Have you ever seen him dance before? Like he usually just answers it straight up, good, bad, or indifferent. When I
Yeah.
tell you he was doing the Chris Brown Breezy Bowl, Usher 25th anniversary, James Brown Back from the Dead, God Bless the Dead, God Bless the Godfather's Soul, Michael Jackson Remember the Time dance all in one. This man was dancing. He was like, "Oh, December 13th, I think I got a thing that day." He said, "Benny, don't we got a thing that day? We got a thing that day, December 13th. I don't know about that thing. I don't know if I'm gonna be there. I got a thing that day." And Sway came back. I gotta give it to Sway. That's why, he's the GOAT. Sway is the GOAT. Sway is the John Cena of journalism, and luckily Sway ain't retiring no time soon. But Sway went to him. He came back with the question. He was like, "Yo," he said, "Are you gonna fight John Cena in his last match? Is it gonna be against the final boss?" And he kept dancing. He kept dancing. He kept dancing. He shimmy shake. He did a backflip. He did the slide. He did the penta walk. He did everything he could to sideswipe the question. He went and answered the question. He didn't even give a we'll see. He didn't even say, well, we'll see what happens. He just danced on it. He just skated on my man. So that just gave me the vibe that he's gonna be the final match. That just gave me the vibe that
Yeah.
John Cena versus The Rock, the final boss, is gonna be the final match. That was just my vibe, and we gonna get some of the audio on here to play as well. But Nick, what do you think about that? Given my description.
I could say that's fair. Because, yeah, usually when, like you said, yeah, he's very direct. For him to go around it like that is even like, yeah, it's leading me to believe, yeah, we're gonna see that.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm excited to see it.
E Will, what's your
That's crazy.
thoughts? What you think? You think we gonna get that match?
Oh, yo, based on that, yeah, that's definitely a possibility. But again, it's a possibility that Mr. Johnson got really had something else to do that day. You too. So, and that's based on what he's given us in the past. So I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it. But um I do think more people would tune in um if that was the case than before. And that would be, I think that would be big. Maybe possibly the biggest Saturday night main event numbers ever, if that was the case.
No, that's gonna be the big. I don't know what's gonna be. Well, it'll be one of I because the way they do the Nielsen ratings and all of that now is so different with all of these, on demand and stuff like that. I don't know if with the technology it is right now, if you could even go against the numbers when Macho Man turned on Hulk Hogan, or when Hulk
Mhm.
Hogan fought Andre the Giant in the rematch with the two referees, and I think that was the main event, not Saturday night's main event. But I don't know if you could get
Yeah.
those numbers with not just with the hype, but just with the way technology is. But we'll see. I will say this, man. Like, when we first when we saw Rock lose the weight and everything like that, it was like, man, this is such a dramatic weight loss. But seeing him in person, I mean, he doesn't look as cock diesel as when he was in his prime fighting Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18. No, he's not as bulked up as that, but the guy is still looking like a G.I. Joe action figure. He's still, I mean, he's looking like his own action figure. He's looking like his own Mattel action figure. But the guy is still the ultimate specimen. He's still ripped, muscles. Um, and he looked like he could go. When he lost the weight, I was like, damn, is this guy gonna even be able to get in the ring with anybody? But nah, he looks in
When
immaculate shape. He looks like he could
when
be
I
able to go. He could do that WrestleMania dream match today if he want. That's how he looks.
I'm about to say,
Go ahead,
when I
E.
saw that picture with you, he looked a little bit bigger than when the initial picture of him looking real small came out. So I'm wondering if he filmed it already. You
Mhm.
know what I mean, and got that out the way because he was supposed
Nah,
to be
he
playing
didn't he
a
didn't
much
he
older
didn't do the
gentleman,
they,
right?
they didn't do it yet.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he's playing a
Well, hey,
75-year-old man, and they didn't they
he looked
didn't they
good to
didn't do the
me.
movie yet though. They didn't do it yet. That's the next thing that they're working on. And in fact, he was saying that he had to lose some more weight. So, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna be, but I just got the feeling that we're gonna see the final boss in that ring with John Cena, one final time before it's all said and done. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see, man. But tomorrow night is the Invasion, TNA against NXT. Of course, we're gonna be all tuned into that. And then what are they calling it? Title Tuesday, AEW Dynamite. We got some belts on the line.
Yeah, I'm tuning into that one, and I'll actually I'm gonna watch both. I'm gonna have one on my laptop, and I'm gonna have one on the TV. So I'm gonna
I'm looking
watch
forward
both.
to it, man. Now Tuesdays are jam packed. We got to figure out how we're gonna, cause usually we try to go right after the show is over. So we can't watch both shows. It's gonna be too late for us. We all on the East Coast and
Yeah,
in the Midwest. So um and
yeah,
thanks a
but
lot
yeah, it's
AEW for coming on Tuesday now and throwing a monkey wrench in our campaign. But we're gonna work it out.
I'm sure I'm sure I don't know, maybe it's a game
You
or
breaking up,
something,
E?
and they got uh let me see.
Wait, try it. Oh, Nick, Nick, I'm gonna send you some
Yo,
video. Yeah, I'm gonna
okay,
send you some video from the Method Man show, and maybe you could incorporate some
Yo
of that.
yo
yeah, yeah, and I'll screen grab. I'm gonna do East Post too. I'm gonna flash it up too when he's talking about it.
Okay, though.
yo yo.
Yeah.
Yo,
E sent. I'm gonna put
Mhm.
all of us in a shared folder, so I'll put all of the video from yesterday. Nigga, you ain't gotta grab all the video, but I'm gonna just put it in there anyway, so you could just have like, one performance is good. There's a picture
Yeah,
of
I got
me
some
in new
clips.
face. He got some clips, so I'll put it
I
all of us in a shared folder. But damn, E, what was you saying before you broke up? What was you talking about?
Oh yeah, I was saying it must be. I haven't looked at the schedule, but something's got to be going on Wednesday that they pushed it to Tuesday because that's the only time they really pushed up to the to a different date. But you know what I wanted to say about that is last Wednesday a feud is starting between Hangman and Samoa Joe. And I wanted to say I'm really looking forward to that. The artwork for their match, it tells the story before they even start telling the story. And I'm just looking forward to that. Is they're both great with promos. Of course, they both great in the ring. So this is going to be a really good feud to look out for. So shout out to them for cooking.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Samoa Joe, man. Like I used to love when the fans, when they first started yelling Joe's gonna kill you, and the promos that he
Hmm.
was doing. I thought it was a really wasted opportunity when he was in WWE, not, you know, putting him in like putting him more in cahoots with AJ Styles. I thought it was a wasted opportunity to not let Roman and Samoa Joe, get more interaction and more matches. But I'm happy that he's in AEW. I think he's dope. And man, Hangman, he don't take it easy, do he? Hangman, one thing about him, he's a fighting champion. This dude has the belt and he's fighting every week, and he's giving 30, 35 minute matches, 25, 30, 35 minute matches. Like this guy he's really embracing all aspects of being a champion. Like he's talking about social topics on social media. you know
Hmm.
he's fighting every week for the title, and he's like, yo, I got the company on my back. It's all good. I'm one of the pillars. So he's one of the founding guys. Like he's not in the same class with MJF and Darby and all of those guys, but yeah, I think.
I think he is. I think he is. Like
Is
I
it
said it a
is
couple pods ago. He's I think he's been the main character of AEW since the start.
No,
And
that's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
everybody
He's what I put him
yeah.
with the founders. I put him with
Oh,
I
okay,
put
okay,
him I
yeah,
put
yeah,
him Cody, Jericho, Bucks, and
yeah.
Kenny.
Yeah.
That's where I put him. I say that
And
MJF in them is like a class behind.
yeah. Cause they like one thing about him, he didn't win in New Japan. He wasn't winning gold in New Japan. So nobody saw
Mhm.
this coming. Like so that I
Yeah.
think that's been the whole story with him. But I gotta applaud him for what he's been doing because he's been holding open challenges, and what he's been doing is taking wrestlers with lesser attention who are good and giving them a platform. Like he just had a banger with Lee Moriarty.
Yeah, my man my
A lot
man
of
from
people don't.
Pittsburgh. From Pittsburgh.
Yeah, like he's been champ for almost a year. Ring of Honor Pure
Mhm.
champ. Like
Mhm.
a lot of people like he's giving them a platform, and I really that's say what you want about Tony. It's not just the same four people in the main event. It's everybody gets boosted and gets a chance to practice and get that shine.
Yeah.
And I really like that. I really appreciate that about him. But shout out to Hangman. I mean, he's killing it right now, man. He's a
He's
wrestling
dope.
champ, and
Yeah,
it's
the
not a
fact
knock
that
on any other champ anywhere else. But
no
that's
no
his
no.
storyline. Like he's a cowboy. That's his
No,
thing.
the fact that it's a open challenge and he's the heavyweight champion is insane. But it's like when Seth had his first run with the heavyweight championship belt, man.
Yep.
Seth he
Yep.
was a fighting champion, and he really built that belt up. And AEW, the title is in really good hands. I Hangman gives dope matches too, man. Like he's not just out there just on star power and just I'm the champ, and he's not dialing it in. Like this dude is wrestling
Mhm.
every week, like he's on the biggest pay-per-view of the year, and he's taking bumps, he's selling, he's dishing it out too. So I gotta give it to him. And speaking of open challenges, I love, and I know we going back to the other company, but I love what they are doing with Sami Zayn. This
Yeah,
is Sammy at his best. Like I just hope and pray we just keep it consistent. Let's keep Sammy, it's almost Survivor Series time. Let's keep Sammy away from, and I never thought I would say this because I love Sammy Oos, but let's keep him away from the bloodline. Let's keep letting him do this. He's showcasing that if you had any amnesia or you didn't know in the first place, Sammy is a top 5 in WWE when it comes to in-ring ability. This man could go, and he could go with anybody. He could put people over. He could make people
absolutely.
sell for him. He has instant chemistry with everybody he has in the ring. Um, him and Aleister Black, dope match. Dope match on Friday, and it's a shame that was Aleister Black's first like title match. I think in maybe ever in WWE. But
did
they had an instant
he? Did
chemistry.
he?
They was going at it.
Did he have the NXT belt at any point or no?
Oh man, I don't remember. I gotta go back.
I mean, I know he was super over. You know what I mean? But I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
think he was North American
yeah.
champ at one point.
Yeah,
But
but I'm talking about main roster.
yeah,
That's
main
his
roster,
first
no.
main roster. But yeah, but he Aleister Black is dope. But Sammy is this is I love everything across the board what they doing. I like Sammy's confidence. I like his persona. The people are still loving him.
Yeah.
I like that he's showing this level of bravery and this level of competitiveness. Not giving an F right now. And yo, Sammy is killing it. And he's giving he to me, Sammy, since he started the open challenge, he has had the best match on WWE TV every week. The past 4 weeks. Since he fought John Cena
Yeah.
all the way down to the rest of the open challenges. He's had the best match on WWE every week, and it's excited. Like I'm excited to see who he's gonna fight, and I'm praying that with this TNA angle that they have, I'm praying that we see some people from TNA come on SmackDown too. Obviously, we've seen NXT, but I want to see TNA come, and if they have some people from overseas they could do challenges with. Even some of the NIL people, it may not be ready for a full thing. Come and get squashed by Sammy. Um
Hmm.
I want to see Dominic try to be a triple champion. I want to see the bronze. I want to see everybody, and I can't wait to one day he gets that Brock Lesnar comes in and addresses some issues that he had, some well, not really issues, but closes the chapter. And him and Sammy had a dope interaction some years back. So um
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Big up to all of the men and women out there that's putting on dope wrestling matches. Big up to everybody that's dropping these dope albums and having these fantastic shows and just giving us
Yeah.
energy and entertainment, man. I'm loving it. Big week coming up. We got the Invasion, Title Tuesday, Collision, and of course SmackDown and Crown Jewel. So we're gonna see. We'll be back all week. We're gonna give you several shows this week, including our
Hey,
full Crown Jewel preview. Go ahead, E.
hey, and for the world to that's hearing me, seeing me, the soundtrack for the weekend will be nothing but Mob Deep. I hope you're listening to me. Mob
Woo!
Deep drops. Mob Deep doesn't drop Friday. Mob Deep drops midnight Thursday. I'm going to
Mhm.
be up. I'm going to be wearing my Prodigy shirt. I'm going to I'm gonna put a bandana on. I don't even wear bandanas. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get a Carhartt suit. I don't know what I'm about to do, but I'm hyped for that. It's gonna be a great week. But before we go, Shy, I got one more question.
Yeah.
They saying Cedric Alexander's contract is about to be up. Does he re-sign with TNA or
Mm.
does he go to AEW? And
I
mind
feel like
you,
he got to. I feel like
they had the TNA invasion when they went to NXT. He didn't even make the TNA team. I would have took him over Steve Macklin. I'm not trying
of
to be.
course.
He used to
No,
work there.
nah, of course. I feel
Yeah.
like you gotta give him a shot. I feel like you gotta give the Hurt Syndicate a shot. I feel like this is, let's face it, Bobby Lashley is in tremendous condition, but he's an older guy. Bobby he's 50, right? He's
Hmm.
in his he touching 50. MVP is already past 50. Shelton Benjamin is past 50. Cedric is the youngest one. They got to give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? They got to give it one last go. Um, have them be a full team. But can you imagine, like, if Cedric does come, that frees Bobby up to go solo. So we'll see Bobby against
Hmm.
Heyman and Bobby against Mox and Swerve and Bobby and Samoa Joe. Come on. Bobby and Hobbs. Come on. Like, these are dream matches. And no disrespect to Shelton, because Shelton is one of the all-time greats. His longevity is unparalleled by many, but I don't want to see Bobby and Shelton going against tag teams. Now, do I want to see Shelton and Cedric going against FTR and uh Edge and Christian? I'm sorry, Adam Cope and Christian, and Jurassic Express, and all of these other great, against the Young Bucks? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yep.
So
Hey,
I want to
listen.
see that. I want to see
It's
that.
enough belts. It's enough belts where her syndicate can all have their own belt. Give Shelton the international belt. Give Cedric the TNT belt, man. If they don't get the tag team belts, but it can be nothing
Listen,
but good things
yeah,
if he
they
comes
they
over
all
there.
they all could get solo belts. Yeah,
You know?
yeah, it's so many belts, but I want to see Said come in, but I want to see them really. I like the OG3 as far as being like just the wrestlers, and of course MVP is
Yeah.
he's the head, he's the nucleus, so he's the fourth. But I'm talking about just as far as just the wrestlers. I like seeing the OG3, but I do want them to expand on making it a real syndicate. Like, I don't just want it to be three. I want them to. It is a lot of belts. Like, it's definitely, like you said, it's a lot of
Hmm.
belts. So let's get it to five. Let's do it so everybody knows Bobby is the heavyweight champion. Everybody
Yeah.
knows Cedric and Shelton, they could go for singles titles, no doubt. But if they're not going to be a tag team, let's get a real tag team to join the syndicate. But I'd rather for them to be the tag team, because they just got that chemistry together, and they've been together for so long. I'd rather for them to be the tag team, especially Shelton. He's a
Yeah.
he's a tag team specialist. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather for them to be the tag
Yeah.
team, and let them get one or two other people. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing, like, a damn powerhouse Hobbs come dressed up one day in a suit. You know what I'm saying? And just shock the
Yeah.
hell out of
I
everybody.
was
You know,
I was thinking
I
that,
mean, I
like,
wouldn't
you know,
even mind Ricochet actually joining. Like, okay, we didn't beef with Ricochet, but now it's time. Ricochet, you could join. Like, you a
Yeah, yeah,
weasel. We saw what you could do, but Ricochet actually fits the mold. So
yeah, yeah.
I like it, but
I
I
could
think
all
they need to
I can
get,
see him adding a woman
you
too.
know, 2, 3 more wrestlers.
Yeah,
Let's
I would
go.
add a woman.
I love it.
Maybe Athena. Somebody mean, and Athena is She would be perfect
I was about to
to fit
say
in with them.
Athena's perfect. She's perfect.
Yeah, 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 man.
She's perfect.
But
So
obviously,
I'm looking forward to what the Hurt Syndicate could do. Um, I think they got I think they got a great team, but I think Cedric he could go back to TNA at any time. Like the door is
yeah,
always gonna be open for him. He could go back to TNA anytime. I think you gotta give this Hurt Syndicate one last run. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give it one last
hmm
run. So, Bobby and Shelton, they're in great physical condition, but both been doing it for like 20 some years. So, they might want to pack it in. So
yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
see.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Let's get to it. But
Oh
fellas,
man.
I think we had a great episode today. Big up to the
Oh yeah,
Oracle. Big up to Spiff. Nick 816, E Will, Shaheem Reed. We're gonna be back several times this week. A lot of wrestling going on. We looking forward to it. And I will be up like I'm a 7-year-old kid again, 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday, tuned into because I don't like spoilers and all of that. I want to see it live as it happens. So I'll be up watching Crown Jewel 8 o'clock in the morning, man.